special live teaching with Chosen One, find clarity and fulfillment fast. Have you ever felt the silence between your heartbeats? That strange space where time stops. And for a fraction of a second, you feel like you're about to remember something ancient. Something you forgot long before you were even born? Well, today, I'm inviting you to remember. Not just with your mind, but with your soul. This is not just a video. This is a moment you agreed to meet yourself long before you even had a name. So listen closely. Because if you're watching this right now, you didn't land here by chance. You were summoned. Let me take you back. I was standing barefoot in the middle of a dried up lakebed in the Himalayas. There was no reception, no compass, no path, just wind. And one question echoing through my bones: what am I really here to do? The answer didn't come in words. It came in fire. From the edge of the salt white horizon, an old man appeared, wrinkled like 1,000 crumpled scrolls. His eyes. No. Galaxies. He didn't speak. He just pointed at me with a finger that glowed faintly, like moonlight on a blade. And then, I heard it. Inside my chest. Not my ears. You are not lost. You are being uncovered. That was the first time I met the one they called the Whisper of the Mountain. But today, you meet someone even more important. The Chosen One, you. Now, hold that thought. You're going to understand everything soon. But first, I need you to let go of everything you think you know. Unclench your grip on your identity. Don't worry. It'll still be there when you return. But the you who finishes this video will not be the same person who started it. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to guide you into the depths of a live spiritual transmission. But it won't be like any spiritual journey you've ever seen before. This one? It bends time. It fractures ego. It will show you the exact doorway to fast-track your clarity, unlock explosive fulfillment, and activate your soul's real mission. And along the way, we'll encounter something impossible. You'll see. Let's begin. Picture this. You're standing in the middle of a crowded, chaotic city. Sirens, horns, screams, everything. And suddenly, the entire city freezes. People stop mid-breath. Leaves pause in mid-air. The wind halts like it's been cut by a knife. And in that stillness, a voice says your name. Your real name. The one only the universe knows. Do you feel that in your spine? Because that's the moment everything shifts. Let's accelerate. 90 seconds in. I was invited to a hidden monastery near Kham, Tibet. Not one you can find on Google Earth. This place? It doesn't officially exist. I had to hike across unmapped trails, guided only by a black obsidian compass handed to me by a blind child in Kathmandu. No joke. When I arrived, they didn't greet me with smiles. They greeted me with silence. Not rejection. Reverence. Inside a dark circular chamber, I met the monk who would change my life forever. He handed me a crystal sphere with living light swirling inside it. Then, he whispered, "You have 7 days to remember who you are." No instruction. No explanation. Just that. You see, clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from remembering. From stripping away the static and noise that was never yours to carry. And now, at the 3-minute mark of this video, something strange happens. I'm not kidding when I say this has never happened on any video platform before. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to look to your left. Did you feel it? No explanation. Just observe it. That feeling. That vibration in your skin. That's not your imagination. That's the activation. Because at this precise moment, you just crossed into a synchronized event that thousands of other seekers are experiencing at the same exact time. The chosen ones, watching this, right now, feeling what you're feeling. Why? Because this isn't a video, it's a ritual. And now, we begin the real work. Let me ask you a question, one that could echo in your soul for the next 20 years. If you removed every thought, every fear, every opinion that wasn't yours, who would be left? Would you even recognize them? Because I promise you this, that version of you, they're not weak. They don't hesitate. They don't scroll numbly. They command reality. And they're buried just one layer beneath your doubt. Fast cuts. I'm taking you through all of it. Me. Sitting with a group of underground mystics in Morocco, each holding a different ancient symbol that burned in blue flames. Cut. A secret tunnel in Turkey filled with inscriptions that glow when spoken aloud. Cut. A woman in Costa Rica who hadn't spoken in 15 years suddenly sang a 3,000-year-old Sumerian chant when I asked her one single question: what lives inside your silence? You see, this journey you're on? It's already happening inside you. Now let's make it visible. At minute 6, something massive happens. I've only told this story twice in my life. I was meditating in a chamber made entirely of salt, somewhere deep beneath a temple in Peru. It was said to be one of the last remaining earth choirs, places where the planet itself still sings. Suddenly, my ears filled with an unearthly harmony, notes I'd never heard in any scale, resonating in geometries I didn't understand. I opened my eyes, and the salt around me was glowing, pulsing like a heartbeat. Then came a voice, not outside, inside me. It said, "You are not one. You are many, remembering their name." I started crying, not because I was sad, but because I felt, for the first time, completely real. Like I had never been more myself than in that exact moment of utter disappearance. And now, I ask you, what would it take for you to feel real again? No filters, no masks, just you, as you were born to be, brilliant, brave, and unafraid to burn. This is your invitation. No, this is your summoning. Don't go anywhere, because what's coming next, even I didn't see it coming. Stay with me as we enter the mirror that remembers your future. Let's step deeper now. You've just crossed a threshold, one that millions will never reach in this lifetime. Most people stop at the surface. They ask for clarity, but they avoid the mirror. But you're still here. And that means you're not just curious. You're ready. So let me tell you a secret. The moment you clicked on this video, a contract was activated. Not a contract of paper or law, but of spirit. Your higher self, the version of you that exists beyond time, made a decision to pull you forward. And you said yes. But here's the thing. Most people think clarity comes from adding more goals, more plans, more opinions. But the truth? Clarity is what's left when all the noise is gone. It's the silence after the chaos. The truth after the illusion. It's the clear still lake that reflects the stars only after the storm has passed. So today, I'm not going to give you more. I'm going to help you remove everything that's not you. And we'll do it together. Fast, powerfully, irreversibly. I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And when you exhale, I want you to silently say one word to yourself. Enough. Enough pretending. Enough doubting. Enough delaying your destiny because someone else told you to be realistic. Now open your eyes. This is not motivation. This is remembrance. Let me take you back into the story. After the salt chamber in Peru, I was led by a group of initiates through an underground labyrinth. They didn't speak. They only hummed. A low, steady vibration that made my chest feel like a drum being struck by invisible hands. At the center of the labyrinth was a pool, perfectly still, illuminated by bioluminescent moss on the ceiling. I looked into the water and saw not my reflection, but a younger version of myself. Eyes full of fire. No fear. No shame. Then the elder beside me whispered, "This is who you betrayed to become accepted." That hit me like a lightning strike. And I'll ask you the same. Who did you have to abandon in order to be accepted by others? The wild one? The dreamer? The honest one? That version of you is not gone. They're just waiting. And this lived teaching, this moment right here, it's not just content. It's a door. And it opens inward. Now here's the twist. Because around the 3-minute mark, just when you think you've seen it all, I was told about a ritual, one only ever performed for the chosen. And it had to happen in the ruins of an ancient site in the Sinai desert. The instructions were simple. Arrive at 3:33 a.m. alone. Bring no water, no phone, no light. Only your breath. So I did. The desert was cold, bone cold, but the sky, more stars than I've ever seen, like the cosmos was watching. At exactly 3:33 a.m., I felt a warm breeze, though the air had been still all night. Then I heard wings, but no birds, just a sound like time unraveling. And then, the ground beneath me glowed. No torch, no electronics, just ancient symbols lighting up around my feet in a perfect spiral. And then it came, a voice that wasn't a voice, but a vibration. Find the root, all illusions grow from there. Suddenly, I saw my own childhood flashing before me like a film. Every time I doubted myself. Every time I played small. Every time I swallowed truth because someone told me to be quiet. And I saw the root. It was fear, not mine, inherited. Maybe you've felt that too, carrying fears that never belonged to you, passed down like emotional DNA, the fear of failure, the fear of being too much, the fear of wanting something extraordinary. So let's rip it out. Right now, I want you to say this out loud. I release the fears that were never mine to carry. Say it. Again. Now notice the shift in your body. That's not placebo. That's your soul starting to rearrange the furniture of your reality. You see, the clarity you're looking for? It's not in books. Not in gurus. It's in your permission to stop pretending and start embodying. And now the fulfillment? That comes fast. Once you stop delaying who you were born to be. Here's something no one tells you. Fulfillment doesn't come from success. Success comes from fulfillment. When you're in alignment with your soul, the universe chases you down with opportunities, synchronicities, love, and purpose. You don't have to force anything. You just become a magnet. You don't hustle. You harmonize. But first, you have to unlock the hidden room inside you, the one you locked long ago. Which brings us to one of the most unexplainable moments of my life. I was in Iceland, on top of a glacier that cracked like thunder beneath your feet with every step. I'd gone there on the guidance of a seer who gave me a strange message. There's something buried in the ice with your name on it. At sunset, I found it. An orb, literally frozen in the glacier, perfectly round, metallic, yet alive. As I touched it, my body convulsed, not from cold, but from memory. I collapsed. I don't know how long I was unconscious, but when I woke up, there was a message burned into the ice next to me. Just 3 words. Become the flame. And that's when I realized, we are not here to seek the light. We are here to become it. So let me ask you something. Where in your life have you been dimming your own fire just to make others comfortable? You weren't made to be dim. You were made to be divine. And if you're still with me right now, you are being called to burn away everything false, to ignite the sleeping embers of your destiny, to walk into the fire of truth and come out illuminated. This is what the chosen do. They don't wait, they awaken. And here's your final challenge for this segment. Close your eyes once more. Breathe in. Hold. Now silently say this. I remember who I am. Let that ripple through your cells. Let it crack every lie you've ever told yourself just to feel safe. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Because what's coming next is the greatest test of all. And it begins with the temple that appears only when you're ready. You're still here. That means something profound. Not only have you stayed through this journey, you've chosen to walk through fire, silence, and memory to arrive at the threshold of something most people never even dare to dream of. And now, we begin the final descent. Or maybe, the ascent. Because what I'm about to share with you, it's the part of the path that's so sacred. It only reveals itself when you're truly ready. And if you've made it this far, it means you are. No more auditions. No more wondering if you're good enough. This is your door. Let me take you there. After Iceland, I returned to a small village in southern India, where an elder priest invited me into a shrine built into the trunk of a tree said to be over 5,000 years old. It was called the Temple of the Forgotten Self. There were no statues, no incense, just darkness. The priest looked at me and said, "This temple only appears to those who no longer seek answers, but are ready to become them." I didn't understand what he meant. Yet, he handed me a brass bowl of water and told me to drink it while reciting one phrase. Reveal what I buried to survive. And the moment I spoke those words aloud, the walls of that tiny temple disappeared. Not metaphorically, literally. Suddenly, I was standing in the middle of a glowing valley, surrounded by towering beings of light, each one reflecting a version of me I had once abandoned. The child who believed anything was possible. The artist who saw God in colors. The warrior who never feared rejection. The healer who stopped trying to fix others and finally embraced his own wounds. Each stepped forward and whispered a different truth into my ear. Each one hit like lightning to the soul. But then, I saw her. The part of me I didn't even know I had forgotten. She didn't speak. She just placed her hand on my heart. And in that moment, I saw everything. Every time I chose fear over love. Every time I said yes when my soul screamed no. Every time I played the role instead of becoming the truth. And I broke. Right there. In that glowing valley. Not because I was weak, but because I was finally real. And that's when the final message arrived. Not in sound, but in knowing. You are not here to seek clarity. You are here to be the clarity. That one sentence rearranged everything. Because let's face it, we spend so much of our lives chasing answers. Reading, scrolling, asking, Googling. But we forget. The answers are not out there. They're encoded in your breath. In your tears. In your fire. In your willingness to stop running and start remembering. Right now, I want to give you the final gift of this live teaching. The moment where fulfillment becomes more than a concept. It becomes your natural state. But for that, I have one final story. One final test. After leaving India, I traveled to a place known only by coordinates etched into a rock I'd received years earlier during an ayahuasca ceremony. I'd never visited those numbers. Until now. They led me deep into a forest in Patagonia. There, after a 3-day solo fast, I came upon a circle of standing stones. At the center was a single wooden chair. On the back of the chair, carved in ancient script, was one phrase: "Sit and meet the you who chose this life." I sat. And what happened next? I still don't have words for it. It was like folding into a dream made of memory, light, and fire. The forest melted away. And I found myself staring into my own eyes. But older, timeless, radiant. This version of me didn't speak with words. He spoke with presence. And in that presence, I understood. Everything I had ever searched for was waiting for me to stop searching. To just become. Not in some metaphorical, fluffy way. But tangibly, powerfully, practically. And so, this final message is yours now. You don't have to find clarity. You are the vessel through which clarity flows. You don't need to chase fulfillment. You are the frequency of fulfillment. You don't need to be chosen. You are the one who came here to choose. So what does this mean for your life, right now? It means the job you've been second-guessing isn't the problem. The relationship you've been trying to fix isn't the core issue. The confusion you've been battling isn't a curse. They're all symptoms of forgetting. And you've just remembered. Let me ask you the final set of questions, ones that aren't meant to be answered in your mind, but in your being. What if everything you've ever wanted was already yours? What if the version of you you're trying to become is just waiting for you to let go? And what if, just what if, the real breakthrough isn't ahead of you, but already inside you, waiting to be unlocked by this exact moment? Breathe that in. That's not hype. That's your soul knocking. And now, we finish where we began. With the truth you were always meant to hear. You are the chosen one. Not because you're better, but because you remembered. You remembered to come back to yourself. You remembered how to feel again. You remembered how to trust the mystery. You remembered how to burn. So as this video ends, your real journey begins. And no, not tomorrow. Not when the timing's perfect. Right now. Because you're not just watching a video. You're standing in the middle of a prophecy being fulfilled. By you. And the next chapter? Well, it starts with this. The day the world met the real you. Go live it. And remember. You were never here to seek light. You were born to become it. Share this with someone who's forgotten their own fire. Like, comment, subscribe if your soul feels it. Because this is just the beginning.